Hey guys, it's Dave, aka Finance Guy, and we're gonna bring you another 72 bucks EverQuest raid on EQ Emulator, a local install on my computer. We have ourselves a Trakanon in Kunark in Old Sebilis. I have 3 tank groups, 4 caster groups, and 5 melee groups. And I'm gonna talk about a few ways to do Trakanon on an emulator versus on live. Generally speaking, Trakanon should be pulled to the room in which he banishes people, which on the map is in the shroom area. It's in this dead end right over. Let's see where it is. It's right here in this little. Right there where the mouse is. However, on the emulator, Trakanon often gets stuck in the ceiling or the floor, and you might not be able to hit him. You could always summon him out of the floor or the ceiling if you're a GM, but if you can't, kind of proves to be a problem. So we're going to do it a little differently. I'm going to do it 2 ways. First is the easy way that requires a little setting up, and the second way is slightly harder, but you can do it without being a GM. So we're going to talk about both. So the first way is clear the entire area. You can use a monk or whatever you're using to clear it and split mobs. Clear the whole area leading up to Trakanon. Then again, GM character, summon your characters into this corner. So Trakanon's over here, and we want to be in this corner where we're out of line of sight of him. Because what you're going to do is you're going to pull with a character, and you have an option. You can pull of your main tank, and when you get banished, you can either call the hero of your tank back or make a summon button to summon him back. In this case, I'm just going to summon Dave back, but you could call the hero him back. Or you can pull with like a monk, and the second you get banished, you can just feign death, right? So that you don't get killed, or you just pull with anyone and let the character die when they do get banished. Completely up to you. So I'm just gonna pull with Dave and just summon Dave back. But we're gonna do something interesting on the pull to prevent the AOE because the AOE is pretty deadly and it could very easily wipe out your entire raid. So I'll show you Trakanon. So Trakanon has 32,000 hit points, so not a lot of hit points. You can pretty much burn him down. He hits for 630, but he only attacks twice per round, and he attacks once every 1.8 seconds. His weaknesses are cold and fire, so you're probably not going to get any major debuffs on him from the magic or disease department or poison, so slow is probably not going to land. It's okay. We can use lures or we can use regular nukes that are fire or cold. Both will hit. He is slowable, but again, we probably won't land it. He is a belly caster, so we're going to have to cast under him. That's okay. I'm not sure what casting resist difference means, but I'm not really sure what that is. Proximity aggro, I think he will aggro people closer to him. Again, I'm not entirely sure. So let's talk about that AoE. Let's talk about that breath attack. So he casts Deadly Life Tap similar to Veneral Sather, 1,500 hit point damage on whoever's tanking him, and it will heal him that much. He has an 18% chance of doing that every swing, which is nowhere near as bad as Veneral Sather, who has a 45% chance. Trakanon, you're not going to see this happen quite as often, which is good. It makes him a lot easier. Yes, Trakanon's Touch, which is the banish. It's going to send you to that little dead end where the mushrooms are. We're just going to kind of ignore that mechanic by summoning the character back. Obviously, in a real fight, you want to feign death, let them die, or you could pull him there, but it's risky just because he might get stuck in the floor, the ceiling, or the wall. Blinding Fear, very small AE radius, only 15. So you might actually be able to either resist it or just not get hit on most characters just because it has such a tiny range. And the big one is the Poison Breath. So what this is going to do is do 1,200 damage to everyone it hits and 150 damage per tick for 8 hours and 20 minutes. I think it's actually 3 hours on EverQuest. It says 8 hours here, but it lasts for a few hours for sure. And you do not want this on you as best as possible. You can cure it after the fight. You can actually cure it during the fight, but you can cure it. And he only uses it every 35 seconds. So basically, you want to kill him in 35 seconds. You want to get him to pop it on someone else and then cure it in 35 seconds. For loot, let's see what he drops. He drops a whole bunch of... Oh, that's the wrong one. He drops all the breastplates for all the classes, including the mana robe. I've never seen a mana robe, but I'm pretty sure it still drops on this server. And he drops a whole bunch of spells. He drops his 3 Trakanon Tooths, which I believe are used for Vishan Peaks keys. And then he has the Undead Dragon Sinew, which I forget what that's for. That might be a Bard Epic, or I think it's for an Epic. It might be for a quest. Excuse me, I haven't done Kunark in a really long time. So let's talk about what buffs to have on the characters. We want to max out our poison resist to not get hit by that AoE. So to get poison resist maxed out, we want Talisman of Epuration from a Shaman, which I don't have on my characters for whatever reason. I know that's missing. I have to figure out what's wrong with that. Maybe I spelled it wrong. You want Dead Men Floating, which is a water-breathing, see-invisible levitation spell from Necros, but also increases poison resist. And you want Purifying Rhythm or Purifying Chorus from your Bard. So again, raise poison and disease, but in this case, poison. If you have Blue Diamond Gear, that's going to help too. Every little bit counts. So that's kind of what you're going to do to avoid the breath attack. But more importantly, you can avoid the breath attack just on the pull. So I have all my guys in that little corner, and I'm going to turn off GM mode, and I'm going to pull Trakanon and stand here a second. He just AoE'd me, right? And no one else got hit. So now I got summoned, I got banished, I summoned Dave back. Now he's in the camp. We're going to get everyone underneath him. And now we're, okay, so now we are blind. That's okay. We're going to debuff, dot, and assist. We're not going to see this fight. The fight's probably going to be visible. You can see he's going down super fast. And as far as I know, nobody is dotted, because we'd see the dot spam in the other chat on the left here, where I'm dragging, looks like. No one got hit by it, because he didn't live for 35 seconds, because our DPS was sufficient. We had 1688 DPS. So that's it. And then Dave just got cured from one of the shaman. I can show you how to cure this dot. If you can't kill him fast enough and you get hit by it, what you do is you, let's find, Sherry's a cleric. You want to go to the Cure All section and type Abolish Poison or any other Cure Poison spell. I'm using Abolish Poison. You want to check for Pipe Character Poison Breath. That's the name of the dot. Min Sick 1, you know, as long as there's any poison counters, use it. And Zone Sebilis is optional. I just did that, so if any, I don't even know why I put that on there, but you can do that just if you only want to do it in Sebilis, which is where Trakanon is. And then Gem 5 is just the spell gem I want to use. So that's how you can do it. And there's more ways to use Cure All. Obviously, any dot that's hitting anyone, you can Cure All that way, or use Radiant Cure eventually once you get Radiant Cure. So Trakanon's down, and that was a really easy fight. You know, again, having to know how to do it properly where you don't get everyone hit by the poison dot is helpful. Like that, a rogue breastplate. So I'm gonna do / find slot chest only rogue. I think I've already gotten a couple of these. I got one. So we're gonna give it to Roland. I'm gonna give item. What item number is this? 4551. All right, and then we're gonna go to Cloak of Pieties. We do find slot back only melee because it's a haste item. Although it has intelligence and wisdom, so you can really give it to anyone. I would say even a caster could use that, or a priest. I'm gonna give it to Quinn, because he doesn't have anything. You give item 1627. Alright. And then I'm just gonna delete the corpse. So corpse, delete NPC corpses. Okay. So now let's do it the other way. I'm gonna get everyone out of here. So let's just put Dave on GM and get him. Oh, are we falling? No, we don't want to fall. Don't fall. Okay, let everyone sit there. So what we're gonna do is just take Dave to another pull spot, and this is if you don't have a GM command to kind of get past Trakanon. You pull him in the nook. So what we're gonna do is come down here, and again, he can get stuck around here too. He can get stuck in the walls and the ceilings. We don't want to fight him in this hallway. However, where you can fight him if you have enough DPS to clear this whole room and all the way to Trakanon is in here. This is a big enough space to fight Trakanon. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to repop the zone. Well, first I'm going to summon everyone here. So let's summon everyone here. And I'm going to repop the zone. So it's going to unpop and repop. And I'm just going to pound kill everything just for the sake of arguing. I just want to show Trakanon. Obviously, you can clear all this stuff. Just give me a second. I'm just going to... Well, you don't want to fight Echo of Sebilis at level 60. That thing will kill you. That's like... I think that's a Berserker 1.5 epic or something. If you ever run into that thing, it will not aggro you. But if you accidentally hit it with like an AoE or anything like that, it will mess up your day for sure. I think it. I mean, if you have 72 characters, it might not mess up your day. If you have, 18, it probably will mess up your day. So I'm just gonna kill all these REITs. with GM commands, just because of respawns and just because I don't want to go into a full pull strategy. I'm not much of a puller. I'm pretty bad with my monks. There's gonna be certain videos where I will show how to pull stuff, but this is not my forte. I'm not really good at this. I've seen strategies on YouTube of how to pull Trakanon. Just gonna make it a little easier on myself and show you guys how to set up for this. So what I'm gonna do is, now that everyone's there and I got all these juggernauts dead and this protector dead, it's basically gonna be the same thing. And you could pull a monk, call the hero when they get banished. It doesn't really matter. I'm gonna pull up Dave, and I'm gonna get banished, and I'm gonna GM summon him back to the raid. But basically, the only thing that's gonna be different now in the two fights is the positioning, right? Because you can't really get over into that corner without summoning people, but you can get down where I am and where they are now. So we'll just do another quick kill, and this time I'm actually gonna tell my wizards to use their fire spells. Let's get this aggro Trakanon. Got hit by the poison breath, got banished, summoned Dave back. Could be a call to hero, nothing wrong with that. And just kind of watch Trakanon come down the way. It's gonna take a second for him to get here, and we're just gonna kill him the same way we just killed him, except we're gonna kill him in a big open room. Again, you could probably kill him in the summon, the banish area. I really think you're gonna get he's gonna get stuck in the ceiling. But it is still a viable thing if he doesn't get stuck, or if you just summon him out of the floor of the ceiling. So here's Trakanon. Gonna run under him. We're gonna get blinded, and we're just gonna burn him down. And it looks like he did banish someone. So it probably was Dave again. So I summoned him back, and so here comes a train. So this is something you gotta be aware of when you do the banish room, and you don't fight him in the banish room, right? You can very well pull a train on yourself, and hopefully these priests will not complete heal Trakanon, because they very well could do that. So I'm still blinded, so I can't see what's going on. But Trakanon's about to die. And he's dead. No big deal. And now I'm just going... I'm going to summon everyone back. And you could obviously wait for the end of the fight, just because the fight's still technically going on, because there's a ton of mobs coming. What you could do to avoid what just happened to me, just clear your way to the banish room and then pull him here. If you have enough DPS to clear both directions. And see, with a big raid team, this is super easy. But if you want to do it with the smaller team, you could try pulling to the banish room. There's no big deal. I just think he's going to get stuck, and then you will actually not be able to kill him, or not be able to easily kill him, because no one's going to be able to hit him. So it's up to you how you want to do it. This is how I do it. I do it up there. I summon everyone up where I killed him the first time, just to make it easy. You can actually repop him over and over again if you want, and just fight him up there. He's not very hard, as you saw. Even with this whole train on me, I've only lost a handful of characters. And Trakanon is good for getting Vishan's Peak keys, and the breastplates are pretty good for every character, almost every character, until you do actually get into Vishan's Peak and start getting like gear off those dragons, who are much better. Not much else to report on Trakanon. Not much else to report in this video. I will, like I said, start doing some EverQuest 1.0s and whatnot. So if you like what you see, please like, share, comment, and subscribe. If you really want to support the channel, you can head over to my Patreon and check that out. And I am going to start posting videos of other games eventually. I'm not sure when. I haven't decided. But I hope you'll support that too. And again, share with your friends more fun ways to play EverQuest and eventually other games. I will see you soon.